Okay, everybody. So, welcome back. This is Ian from Mindful Marketplace, and I'm recording a bunch of videos today. It's the 28th of February. Some of these will be posted publicly, some of these will just be for our current community clients. But one of the things that I'm doing, as some of you know who I'm working with now, we're building a marketplace of tiny products, tiny courses, tiny all sorts of tiny content that or micro content or nano content, depending on the parlance or the verbiage that you prefer. But these little courses that make a really big impact, little pieces of content that we can sell, that we can deliver in these really exciting, condensed ways that deliver a lot of value, that are easy to create, and that are really transformative for our lives as authors, artists, creators, makers, marketers, etc. Anybody can do this. You just need the right, sort of strategy and tools and tech. And I'm going to lay all of this out for folks who are sort of along for the ride. And the reason being, so much of the internet market, I read a thread on Twitter, actually saved the thread, and I'll post this in our community, from a guy I don't know. He runs some kind of logo business or whatever, but it was a very brilliant sort of take on the whole build in public space, right? The whole build in public space. All these folks who are teaching how to build, companies in public, in quotes, uh, you know, are really. I mean, it's just a giant kind of grift, and the reason it's a grift is what they're building in public generally are courses teaching how to build in public, but they're teaching a course on building something that they're not really building. They're just like following, they're just documenting some series of steps that are being curated into a course. If you really want to build something in public in an honest, transparent, and authentic way, in an interesting way, I'd add, you ought to be building something that matters, building something that actually lands in your life and that stands apart from the course, content, etc. I just tend to document everything anyway because I like to have a lot of content, so I just record all of our stuff. But I'm not interested really in, teaching courses that are, how to make $1 million online doing X, Y, or Z. I think those are bullshit. It's not fun. It's not interesting, and it's not really motivating to me. What's more motivating is building things that actually people can find in the world and that actually do something meaningful, that matter, and all those good things. So, what we're doing, and I've done a lot of these things in the past, as some of you who have been part of our community have seen, but we're building a community as an extension of our mindful marketplace. Uh, if you go to partners.mindfulmarketplace.com, you can see our current community and all of our courses and blog posts and services and all that stuff. But I want to create a mindfulness mental health uh, community that has lots of micro content, short audio interviews, audio practices for meditation and sort of theory, meditation theory, and just all these different things that people in the world, real people, can utilize to actually improve their mental health, improve their sense of kind of mindfulness and sense of contentment and sanity and sense of self-worth and compassion and kindness and equanimity and all the things that we ought to really value as human beings. I also want to do this for entrepreneurial endeavors with workbooks and workshops, and taking all the things from our community that we've curated over the years, where I want to curate some of the best content for entrepreneurs and offer that as well. So all of this is to say that I'm going to be documenting this in public, and we're going to be building a a marketplace of content that's going to be both my content, some other folks on my side as well, and in addition, soliciting content from other people using email outreach, reaching out to people and saying, you're a mindfulness author, a teacher, a meditation guru or thought leader. Can you help us create a short series of lessons featuring your best content that we'll promote on our community, and then we'll figure out some mutually beneficial ways of monetizing that. But I want to show you how you can do this on card, and this is generally my long-winded introduction that I probably didn't need really to do, but I'm doing it anyway, which is I want to build this also in a no-code sort of simpleton kind of way, because I'm a design simpleton, right? And I'm not outsourcing this. I'm doing this myself, and we're doing it on card. And this is our card backend. And essentially, all I'm doing is taking a theme and copying it. As you can see, all these are really variations of a simple theme. So I've made a copy of this just today. So today, again, is the 28th of February. So for those who are following along, we're doing all this in 30 days, right? And so I now have this new template, which you can see here. And again, this is in our card back end, right? This is where you make the edits. And then the course content is going to be here, right? So each one of these will be a link to a workbook, to a um, a guide, a checklist, a piece of downloadable content, a piece of audio content, a piece of video content, or a content that is promoted that's other people's content that we'll be promoting as an affiliate or helping them sell, or et cetera, et cetera. All those are the ways we're going to be monetizing all of this with, with partners and affiliates and ebooks and other tools and tech that are already in our stack. Things like Gumroad, which is free, Podia, which is not free, but we already use. And anybody watching this can do this. You can build an entire marketplace of content that's both your own content as well as content that represents your niche neighbors, your professional peers, your other community leaders, partners, all those good sorts of adjectives, right? So if you're looking to build something that's meaningful, that matters to you, and you don't understand the tech or the software or all of that sort of stuff, and that's keeping you back, it's time to stop that, using that as an excuse. You can use card or something like this. I did another video today, which you can also see on YouTube, right? Which is using a different platform called Beacon to do the same thing. But we're going to be using both of these platforms, and as well, we have other tools at our disposal like Ghost and um, and WordPress and Podia and all that sort of stuff. But you don't really need, you can just pick one thing. I just happen to use all those services, so it's easy to integrate the things that we need. But you can build a newsletter. We use Review for that. You can just simply, enter, and I've covered this before. You can see here, this is the Review API, and you can, you can select any of your newsletter services of interest here: ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, Email Octopus, MailChimp, MailerLite, SendFox, SendInBlue, Sendy, etc., etc. You can really build an entire business using this particular model, and we're going to show you. I'm going to show you in March, or at least those who are in our community. But it's not really about teaching it; it's about doing it. Like, I want to document it because I like to document all these things, so I have more content. I'm already doing the work, and it does help to sell courses, and it helps to recruit partners and clients and all that sort of thing. But I'm not really interested in courses. I'm interested in actually building things that make a meaningful difference in the lives of others. I have a passion for, mindfulness and meditation and mental health and psychedelics and expanding awareness and all those sorts of things, exploring consciousness. And I'm also pretty good at the entrepreneurial stuff when it comes to communicating and writing and creating, even things that I'm not necessarily naturally good at. I'm not a natural designer, but themes like this I bought from somebody who is a good designer and who, has allowed me, by dint of his own creativity, to like create something that looks pretty good, or will look pretty good when it's done, using a theme or a template that I didn't have to like build from scratch. By the way, if you're interested in building on card, we have lots of great themes and designs that we can give you if you're part of our community. and you want to sell web design services. So if that's you, join us or reach out to me directly, and I'm happy to share some more. All right, this is what we're building in March. It's 30 days. We're going to build a entire marketplace of mindfulness cards, mindfulness courses, mindfulness audio, meditation instructions, meditation downloads, workbooks, workshops, etc., etc. All each day is going to be one tiny product, and in aggregate, when it's done, this is going to be a valuable asset for our brand. Okie doke. Hope that's been helpful. Hope you're interested in joining us. If you want to watch this all unfold, you can join our community. I'll be posting an update every day. If you're just interested in sporadic updates, I'll probably post some of this on YouTube as well. Again, my interest is not teaching all this, it's actually doing it, but I really want to impact as many people as possible in the entrepreneurial realm. And I know many folks, watch these random YouTube videos and get some value out of them or stumble upon them. So I'm hoping, if that's you, that you're, kind of inspired or empowered or at least interested in exploring your own creativity in similar ways. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. That's our motto for a reason, our mantra for a reason. I'm trying to actually embody that when I'm doing these recordings. So hopefully, if you're some stranger out there in the world, this is impacting you in that spirit. Thanks so much for watching. As always, have a wonderful day.